Hi guys, and welcome to my suit locations guide. This will be a guide to all of the suit plan locations as well as a quick showcase of each of the custom weapons that come with the suit. Now the orange one doesn't have a custom suit as you can see, but the first one we're going to do is suit 2024. Up in the top left corner over there you can see the arrow. That is where we're going to be heading right now. I don't show the map when we get there, but fairly easy to get to. Another point of reference is the collectible I'm going to get here. We're on the HMS Tomcat. Space Rats 104. And the grid over here is going to be a secreta. And we're going to head inside and grab the suit after riding some bubbles. I think they're bubbles. Air bubbles, I guess. There's always air bubbles. But there we go. We have it. Space Plan 2024. Now, the custom gun for this one is going to be the Freedom Blaster. This one I used majority of my playthrough just because of its rate of fire. It doesn't have a very powerful per bullet damage, if you will, as you will see here in a second. Against these kind of enemies, it is pretty good because it does have a pushback. But against a single tougher enemy like the guy in the middle, it's going to take a little bit longer to get them done and dusted, as you will see here. There we go. If you're close enough, it works pretty well. So small corridors against lots of enemies is going to be pretty good. And that is only the first of many. Let's try another area here quickly. I went straight into that one, didn't I? We're going to head to the other side, I think. Here, there's going to be two bigger guys. The other ones are going to be a bit quicker than this one. Just give you a quick run through of each of them instead of spending too much time on one. But against, like I was just saying, multiple enemies. And at a distance, they're not too bad either. And each bullet does 1 damage with this weapon. Okay, next up is going to be the shark suit. And we're going to be in Plato Station this time. And we're going to head, it's out in the open, and I will show the map once I've grabbed it and taken care of the critter there. Shark suit is good because it gives you quite a good maneuverability, and the weapon isn't that bad either. Let's have a look at the map, quick stickles. There it is, right on the eastern side of the station. Then we're going to head to the arena. This is the Blobageddon area. This is going to be the shark suit with, which weapon is it? It's going to be the star shot. I'm assuming it's a starfish shot is what I'm trying to say. But it is pretty powerful, as you will see here, against multiple enemies close up. And it does 2 damage per bullet, if you will. And against multiple close enemies as well, it's going to be very powerful. A little bit better than the previous one, the Freedom Shot. But it's going to be slightly less... Well, the pace is going to be slightly slowed on this one. The fire rate is going to be slowed. But very good for multiple enemies in close quarters. Just like the previous one. Just a little bit more damage is being done here. Okay, the next one is going to be the pink suit. And this is going to have the glitter gun. I didn't use this very much. It's going to be right in the bottom left hand corner over there. Ignore where I am now. But we're heading to the bottom left corner right there. And you'll know this area when you get to this area full of detritus here. Can I just say detritus? I want to play Manhunter again. Man-Eater at least. Manhunt. Yo, remember that game. But once you've taken away the crap, then the pink suit's going to be right there for us. And with this is going to be the glitter gun. We're going to have a look at this right now. And this is quite a powerful weapon. Although it's not something I use very often. The rate of fire is very slow. And it's not homing. So if you're not actually aiming at the target, then it's going to be a wasted shot and it's going to leave you vulnerable to attacks. But if you're on target, it's going to be pretty good. As you can see here, I know it also does a 1 damage. Or is that 7? 3 and 7 it looks like. Maybe if 2 hit on one of them, it's going to do 7 damage. And against a single target, it's going to be pretty damn powerful. Oh, I was getting flanked there by the blob. As you can see here, it's going to do quite a lot of damage against a single powerful target. But you have to be accurate with this one. Which leads me to believe it's not one of my favorite ones. Because the homing ones are going to be more powerful. And of course they have a homing ability. But 3 damage so far is our most powerful weapon. Let's have a look against the stationary target. Yep, 3 at a time. Okay, next one is going to be the Electron suit. This is one of my favorites. Although it does have a slow rate of fire. We're going to be right over here in the Erebus labs. Oh, sorry, Valencia station. If you look where I am now on the map, there is a secret area that's going to be just below me. And once you're in the secret area, there is no map for it. So in between these crushers, you're going to shoot a grid over here, and we're going to head inside. And it's going to take us to the Wheels of Fire. And again, there's no indication on the map where you are now. You just have to know where the entrance is. As you can see, there's no bobbing icon. Well, there's a little hole there now that I see it. But we're going to launch ourselves and hit R2. And we're going to go all the way around and grab our Electron suit in the center. Bang. And this is going to shoot the disc shot, which has a homing ability, as well as a reasonably powerful bullet. Let's see how much damage it does against a single one. That's going to be right over there. That's my favorite looking suit as well, although the Red Phoenix is also pretty damn cool. Okay, let's go. And again, single enemies, we're going to have, I think it's 2 damage, but it does have an area of effect damage. As you can see, taking out one next to another one, and of course you can see right there it is homing. So with this, you can be focused more on your direction, and you just hold your finger down, and it's going to go straight towards the enemies. But against a single large enemy, as you can see here, you only get 1 or 2 shots off, 1 or 2 hits, and it's not as efficient. So at this point, I would change to my spread shot laser or something different, and take out this enemy or single powerful enemies. So 2 damage is the max it's going to do there. Let's have a look at some again. Organic enemies and the area of effect, if you will. That's taking out multiple guys with 1 shot, and of course the homing ability. So pretty cool weapon. It's one that I did use for most of the time until I had the homing rocket launcher. Okay, next up we're going to be in the Erebus labs, and now there is no map for this, hence the location where I am now. There's going to be the thrust upgrade 3, and when you get to this lift that is descending, this door's going to open, and we're going to head inside the, well, this station or this map's version of a grid. There's going to be a little purple stuff against the wall over here, and that's going to create a hole for us. In we go, and we're going to grab the Red Phoenix right there. That's where I got my sneaky trophy as well. The sneaky Otter. Now, the Red Phoenix has a multi-seeker. Now, this weapon does actually own quite a lot, as you will see right now. It can take out enemies and then seek out other enemies. So it has a multi-shot, a multi-seeker, and you will see right now, you just keep shooting and they kind of circle around you. They're looking for enemies, and I thought maybe you could only have a certain number in the screen at a time. But as you'll see here, I'll be shooting this guy, and then more will just come from nowhere, as you will see in a second. So they hit enemies, and they circle around, and they hit another enemy, and they bounce off those enemies. And as I descend down here, and I see there 3 more came from nowhere. So you can just shoot this in any corridors, anywhere where you are, and it'll be seeking out these enemies pretty quickly, as you can see. And once again, you can focus on your movement, which is so vital. And the bullets, the heat-seeking bullets, kind of have their own way of destroying enemies, as you can see. And they're doing about 2 damage per attack. Yep, 2 damage per attack. And they will always seek out the organic enemies, not necessarily the mechanical ones. Okay, last but definitely not least is the cyber suit. This is in the Toasty tunnels. As you can see here, do not use your sprint shot in the tunnels. There is no map here, but this is the most linear level, because if you go the wrong way, you're just going to die. And right in the center of your path, about halfway through, you're going to find the cyber suit right there. Thanks for playing. Now, the cyber suit has the fist bump, which I think does the most damage per bullet, but also a very slow rate of fire, so not entirely good for large quantities of enemies. But let's have a look over here. And it is the fist bump right there. Okay, so against single enemies, single powerful enemies, this is probably going to be the best. As you can see here, that's going to continuously hit in an end. Does about 8 to 10 damage. Probably a bit more depending on how many enemies it goes through. But a slow rate of fire, and as you can see, I got hit straight away. So definitely more prone to the single powerful enemies rather than the multiple enemies or single enemies. So I think personally I like the multi-seeker and the disc shot are my favorites. And then if you're fighting a boss battle, then this one is probably going to be best. If you can get 2 or 3 of these shots off with a boss battle, then you're owning it. Alright guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed the content. If you have any questions at all, just hit me up in the comments. I'm always going to reply. And if you are enjoying the content, guys, please smash the like button. And if you really are enjoying it, then subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I want to catch you on the next one.